Welcome to Stress Less and Decompress with Katie. I'll be talking about ways we can all de-stress and some helpful activities to get involved with. Welcome back to Stress Less and Decompress with Katie. Today I have a guest. Her name is Haley.
Hey.
So we are going to be talking a little more about ways we all de-stress. And so I wanted to ask you if you have any ways that you like to de-stress, or I guess like any rituals you like to do.
I'm such a big candle person. Scents are very calming to me. I love incense. I love essential oils.
Me too. Yeah.
I love any candle. If I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna go buy a candle. It's $3. That's gonna make my whole day. My room's gonna smell so good.
100%. It's the best feeling.
Yeah.
It calms you down. I don't know what it is, but just lighting a candle, especially at night, it just calms you down. It's just, I don't know.
And I like being in a dark room, and then the only thing that's on is the candle. I feel like that's really calm. Maybe in a bath.
Yeah.
Baths.
I totally agree. I don't have a bath,
warmness.
but I used to, at my parents' house, they have a bath, and I had a phase where I was obsessed with bath bombs and bath salts, all that kind of stuff, and just going to Lush and picking out
I love
bath
Lush.
bombs. Everything just looks so appealing in that store. I wish I could buy at the store, but I will not be doing that because my parents would not be very happy with the credit card bill. But so I would bath bombs. The thing is, there's some bath bombs at Lush that have glitter in them, a lot of glitter. And although it looks very pretty,
does it come off on your body when you get out?
I don't know. That's the problem. I have bought some before with glitter, and I would take a bath, and I would regret it after because it was just all over me. And, glitter in general is just terrible. It's, hard to take off. So, although it looks pretty, for me, I tried to avoid glitter in bath bombs and in general, I guess. Just because I don't want it stuck to my body. And then
does it stress you out?
Yeah, it stresses me out. No, I mean, it doesn't stress me out, but I just, everyone in my family hates glitter too.
Yeah.
We all are not a huge fan of if you get, if someone were to get me something and there was glitter all over it, I mean, obviously I would still like it, but I'd be oh my God, there's glitter, and I would get all anxious. I'd be oh my God, there's glitter everywhere. But, so you were saying that you like to light candle, essential oils. I'm 100% the same way. When I usually leave here, I like to take a shower, and then, so I'm living in a dorm, so thankfully it's very cold in there. So I'm taking advantage of it, and I'm switching into sweatpants. I literally had to wear, fuzzy socks last night, and I never can wear those without sweating.
Yeah.
So it was really cold, but so it's kind of it's a winter.
Yeah.
Even though we're literally in the summer, but so I love taking a shower, changing into some sweatpants, sweatshirt. Turn my lights off, and then I have some LED lights. I have that's around my mirror. So I'll turn those on. I haven't lit a candle yet because I haven't lit a candle in this specific dorm, and I recently moved, and I really hope that the smoke alarm doesn't go off.
I used to always light incense candles in my dorm. We were not supposed to. We weren't even supposed to have LED fairy lights or any of that stuff.
Not even lights?
We weren't even allowed to have a toaster. Yeah, it was a lot. But
that's weird. I mean, the LED lights. I don't know how that can catch on fire.
I don't know either.
I mean, everyone uses them 24/7, I feel like.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I lit candles in my old dorm, and I never had issues. The smoke alarm never went off, thankfully. But since I'm in a new dorm, I don't know how it works there. So I don't know if there's I haven't checked my room for smoke alarms. I think there's one in the middle of my room on the ceiling, and I'm just scared if I light a candle, it's just gonna start beeping and everyone's just gonna have to evacuate because of me. And I really don't want to do that to everyone. So
that would be stressful.
Yeah, I'm very hesitant to light a candle in my room. So, but I don't know, maybe I'll try one tonight and hopefully nothing bad happens. But yeah, so I would light a candle. But yeah, I'll get into bed, I'll have some dessert. Sometimes I'll have cookies and milk. I don't know why, but I bring it into bed and I try not to spill because I'm just lazy and I wanted to sit in bed and be warm.
I understand. You should get a lap desk.
I was thinking about that. I don't know. I was thinking about it, but I feel like I wouldn't use it as much, even though I think it would only be.
Yeah, I bought one because I was like, I'm gonna spend so much time in my bed, and I did, but
things change.
I didn't use it.
You didn't use it. That's the thing. I think about buying something and then I buy it and then I'd never use it, and then I feel terrible. I'm like, I just spent all this money and wasted, and I don't know. I've always wanted a lap desk, whatever it's called. But I feel like I would only use it at night, before going to bed.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be working on work late at night in my bed. I want to be watching Netflix in bed. That's my time to de-stress, just wind down. Just I like having my me time and just having quiet, you know.
Being alone for a little bit. Especially
after leaving here. Not in a bad way, just because there's a lot of things that happen in a good way here. But yeah, so once I get back, I like having my quiet alone time to just get ready for the next day and just chill. Just chill. Yeah, and so I found some, I guess I wouldn't call them quotes, but I found some, I guess, Instagram posts. And they have to do with lots of different things. But there were a few that I found that I thought were very interesting and I wanted to share. So one of them says, so this one has to do with anxiety and whenever you overthink things and, you're just, everything's in your head. So this one says, my therapist taught me this trick. When you feel anxious that someone is mad at you, doesn't like you, or that things are worse than they actually are, you want to ask yourself who told you that. And typically you won't have an answer and you'll learn that it's all in your head. And I've read that so many times over and over again, and it honestly is true. When things are going bad, you're thinking the world is over, everything's terrible, but when you just take a moment, breathe, and just ask yourself, why am I mad? What am I mad at? What am I stressed about? Mostly everything can be fixed. It might take some time, but it will get better. I found another one says, use the weekend to build the life you want instead of trying to escape the life you have. And I honestly used to do the complete opposite of this when I was, I guess a few years ago. But now I feel like ever since the end of this last school year, I was being very lazy, staying in my room, watching Netflix in my bed, not motivated to do anything. And then I I started working at my campus store, and I liked being productive and having a schedule. So I got into a routine where I was, busy, and now that I'm here, I'm pretty much busy the whole week. But it's a good busy. I like coming here, having things to do. I'm not just sitting down all day. We're all moving around, helping each other. And with this, I guess, quote or saying, you know, instead of on the weekend, you know, just, we all want to sleep in, but if you just stay in bed all day, watch Netflix, and you don't do anything, then that kind of just shows you don't want to, you know, explore new things, or you just, I don't know, it's just like something to think about, you know, if you always wanted to go to the zoo, I don't know. I think we've all been to the zoo, but I mean, I don't know, let's say like you've never been to the zoo, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go on Saturday, we're going to make it happen, and then you make it happen. There you go. Like,
there you go.
There you go. And then this last thing from Instagram says, the healer also needs healing. The planner also needs surprises. The giver also needs to receive. The thoughtful also needs to be thought of. And the considerate also needs to be considered. And this is so relatable, like so true. Like, we don't think about these things in general. Like, people who help us go through some hard times, we never think about, oh, are they struggling through things? Are they doing okay in life? And, you know, the saying really gives you a really good perspective on life, you know, to check in on those who are giving, receiving, helping you through times, planning events, planning hangouts, anything like that, you know. You should always check in with your friends, check in with just people in general, make sure everyone's doing okay, because you just never know what people are going through. So another thing I want to talk about is finding new music to listen to. I feel like sometimes when we get stressed, our mind goes all over the place, but I think for me, I like to go to Spotify, and, you know, sometimes we run out of music to play. We are running our playlists every day, all day, so we're getting tired of it. But what I like to do is go to Spotify, and I like to check out some new playlists, new artists that I've never heard of, and just give them a chance. Just see, you could absolutely hate it, or you could love it, and it's just an interesting experiment, I guess.
I'm a big Discover Weekly fan.
Yeah. What kind of, are there any new artists that you like?
I'm going to this concert next month in Orlando.
Yeah.
So there's a few artists that like are in the lineup that I haven't heard of.
Do you know some of their names? Or
Magnolia Park.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's like pop punk, like emo.
Yeah.
But it's like Magnolia Park. The headliners are Neck Deep, so that's why like we're going. And then there's Water Parks.
Interesting.
I might have heard of them.
I mean, these names sound very cool. So hopefully they're good. I'm sure they are.
Yeah, I've just been checking out their music, trying to know some of it, so that when I go to the concert, I'm not just like...
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to go to a concert and know a little bit of what you're about to listen to, so you're not just sitting there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a festival kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So there's like
Fun.
a few artists, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like some of us like doing both, a little bit of both, you know, going to a concert, knowing some songs, but also hearing new songs and just having that really cool experience, hearing songs for the first time.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but whenever I go to concerts and I hear new songs, I will Shazam them. Literally in the concert, I know obviously who sings it, but sometimes I don't know the name. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, that song was so good. Like, what is it called? I need to look it up later. So I'll Shazam it, and then I'll look at it later when I get home, and I'll download them all, and I'll listen to it for like a week straight until I get tired of it. But it's fun. Yeah, and so I know of some breathing exercises, techniques. I think that you were telling me earlier that you know of some as well. You were saying something about your stomach breathing.
So There was, we had this class called peer counseling in high school, and I didn't take it, but it was pretty much the school meme to refer to this type of meditation when you get stressed out. It's called soft belly breathing or soft belly meditation, and basically how you perform it is you have to inhale from the bottom of your stomach rather than we would normally inhale, exhale with like the middle of our chest. You have to really like go down, and then when you exhale, you really have to like expel like all of your breath, and you're gonna do this really slowly. And it's kind of like a meditation, so you're gonna sit like this, you're gonna close your eyes, and you're gonna do the breathing that way. And the more you do it, the more it's gonna calm you down, and the more it's gonna relieve your stress. So yeah, I think it's
That's very interesting. I feel like I've heard of components of that before, but I've never really thought about it, like the background and like how that actually works, like with your body. Yeah, so I know of some breathing exercises as well. A basic one I know of is you breathe in through your nose for 5 seconds, and then you breathe out from your mouth for 5 seconds. Apparently it's supposed to it's a different kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, but so I've heard of that one. There are some apps that I've used where there's a Calm app. It's called Calm, and it has a feature on it that tells you when to breathe in, when to hold it in, and when to breathe it out. And it's honestly super helpful. I used to use it, and so it has like a little music with it, or like I guess like a little noise. So it tells you, it says breathe in, and you breathe in, and it's like a circle on the screen, and it slowly has this marker thing that goes around slowly, and then when it hits like halfway through the circle, it says hold your breath, and then it'll say and release for 5 seconds, and then you just keep repeating it, and it really does the job. It really like calms down, slows down your breathing and all that. And then I learned about this other, I guess, breathing exercise. Well, I guess just for de-stressing. So I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's using your 5 senses. So you want to go to your happy place. One of my happy places is there's this sunset place. That wasn't very good of a description, but it's like a sunset sunset
It's like
amphitheater. Yeah, pretty much. It's like where you can go to watch the sunset, and it's by the water. It's really pretty, and so I would go there, and you use your 5 senses, and it's really like a mind thing. So you say, what do I see? So I'll look out, and I say, okay, I see the sky, I see the clouds, I see the water, I see the sunset, and it just changes the whole problem in your head. It just like switches it to happy, calm things, and if you really focus on that, like it really will help you out. So yeah, so you'll ask yourself, what do you see? What do you smell, hear, taste, touch? So like you could say, like if it's, oh, I hear like kids running around, like laughing, like it just puts a different image in your mind, and it just really helps yourself out, I guess. So another way, I guess, to de-stress is journaling, and I've seen this all over my Instagram page. Like I'm very organized and like kind of OCD, so I've seen a lot of videos on Instagram having to do with journaling, but more like organizing and like making your
journals?
yeah, and like making them look pretty and like bubble letters and like whatever. So I don't know. I've tried to get into it. I can't really keep up with it though. Like people, I feel like there's some people who do it every day, and they're like, okay, here's what I did today, and like I don't remember to do it, and I feel like it's kind of more of a when you're by yourself, having your you time, and you just want to open it up and just start writing things, whether it's like feelings or, you know, especially if you're like angry about something or whatever, and you just want to write it all out. Like, I am very angry because this happened and whatever. Like, sometimes it's proven to be better to write down what you're feeling just because it's another way of getting it out.
Things you don't want to tell anybody.
100%.
Things you can't tell anybody.
Yeah. Have you ever journaled or done like a bullet journal? Or?
I have journaled. I don't know if it really helped me ever. I do like writing.
Yeah.
I like writing stories, so I feel like maybe that's a thing that I would do instead of going to write about my life.
Yeah.
If I'm like sad or angry, I'm gonna write a story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have like someone being happy, someone doing whatever, doing something. But yeah, I think writing in general is good. Way to relieve stress.
Yeah. I mean, especially if we don't have the resources to like call someone up, maybe they're busy, or if you just want to like, if you don't want to go to your friend's house or go somewhere, you just want to stay put, you know, it's sometimes just sitting down and quiet and getting a journal out. You can even like get some colors, make it more colorful or fun or whatever. Sometimes it lightens the mood, you know, if you start coloring. I used to like color in coloring books, like adult coloring books. Have you ever done coloring books?
I like
them. I used to do them like all the time, and I haven't touched it in a long time. But I don't know. It's kind of like just like another way to like escape,
little
I guess.
Distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking up some other tips on how to like de-stress and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, I know I talked about meditation last time, but it was talking about how you should meditate every day and every night. And I really want to get into that, especially at night. But I will tell myself that I'll do it, and then when it gets closer to, I'm either rushing out the door or whatever, and then I was like, oh, I wish I could have meditated.
Make it part of your morning routine.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I have to, you know, write in my journal or whatever and, like, make, like, a little routine, like, wake up, brush your teeth, meditate, eat, get dressed, sleep, or whatever. Yeah. I want to get more organized with that, but I feel like meditating at night is better because then it puts you more to sleep. It calms you down.
Yeah.
And you're in a better state of mind, I guess. Because if you're, like, angry about something, you go to bed, you're not going to fall asleep right away, probably. Like, you need something to, like, calm you down, all that kind of stuff. I also like to go for drives. I used to go on, like, night drives and just, like, blast music. And that was, like, my therapy. Like, especially, like, in high school.
Yeah.
I honestly haven't done that in a long time. Like, since I've been in college, I have not been doing that.
Gas is expensive.
That's another reason. Gas is very expensive.
I was just thinking about that last night, actually, because when I used to drive home from my job, I would play, like, if I had a song that just started and I was, like, pulling into my house, I would literally just, like, go drive away and go, like, drive around the neighborhood to listen to the song,
you don't want to
and then
stop.
go back home.
You just want to keep driving. I think that's one of the changes, you know, like, gas was a lot, I guess, at least a little cheaper back in high school a few years ago. It's like at least $3? I mean, nothing's cheap anymore, but you know. But yeah, I think it's just like all about, you know, going to your happy place, like closing your eyes and just, that was another thing I learned, like just,
Okay.
just about, you know, sitting down, kind of goes in with meditation, and you kind of just want to sit down, close your eyes, think of something happy, like think of your happy place. So whether it's thinking about like the ocean or the beach or like a sunset, it's like, I feel like it's all about mentality. It's very what's the word? Psychological, I guess. That was a big word.
Like you choose your own path.
Yeah. I mean, you can't just be like, I'm not going to be angry. Like, it doesn't work like that. But, you know, if you just go to your happy place.
It's about perspective. Like
100%.
This wasn't that bad compared to
Oh,
this.
yeah.
So,
Oh,
not
yeah.
that you shouldn't be upset about it, but
No,
it can
100%.
kind of
Yeah.
take it off the weight, being like, why am I so dramatic
100%.
about this? Like, it could be
Oh, yeah.
worse.
That's
type
like,
thing.
my dad was telling me, he taught me about perspective, like, especially in high school, like, if I was upset about, like, let's say, like, a breakup or whatever, he would be like, okay, but, like, obviously he was, like, making sure I was okay, but then he got to perspective, and he was like, you know, there's people who don't have a house, food, water, you know, there are people that are very much struggling, you know, like, think about that, and, you know, things could be a lot worse, and, like, it just teaches you to be grateful, and just, so sometimes if I'm ever, like, upset about something, I'll have a moment, cry it out, whatever, and then I'll be like, you know what, why am I crying over this?
Yeah.
There are much worse things happening in the world, and, you know, I feel for them. Like, if there are people who don't have water, don't have food, don't have access to an education. So it's just like a perspective thing, like, oh, I'm very, you know, I think about it, I'm like, I'm so grateful for everything I have, and, you know, it's just.
Yeah, like a breakup, for instance.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that person wasn't meant to be with me, and now I have like a million other people that I can go for.
100%.
So it's fine. Like it would be a perspective thing, but
especially when you're younger, like when you're, there were a few guys that I was like, he's the one, and my dad would tell me, he's not the one. He was like, okay, but no.
Your spirit guide.
And I was like, that's so mean, but then I was like, that's so true. Like, you don't want to hear that when you're like younger.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear it when you're younger, but now that I feel like, since we're getting older, like, I feel like once you date and you get all these experiences, you understand what you do like and what you don't like, and, you know, what kind of relationship you want to be in. And I think it just goes along with just
knowing yourself.
Yes. I lost my train of thought for a
Knowing
second.
what works for you.
Yeah.
If perspective works for you. If crying it out for days, months.
Oh, yeah.
Until you're just like, oh, I don't even care about that anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
if
like,
that works for you.
It's totally fine to, like, cry it out. Like, I feel like when we're younger, we cry for a lot longer because we're like, they were the one. But it was just some person, you know. But, I mean, it's, as you get older, you realize, oh, I'm so glad that I broke up with this person. They were very not
awful.
For me, very terrible, toxic, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm glad that I've gone through those experiences though, so I could understand what was right, what was wrong, and just like it's a big learning curve or learning thing. So yeah. So thank you for watching Stress Less and Decompress with Katie, and having my special guest Haley here. And I guess I will see you on our next episode. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Stress Less and Decompress with Katie. If stress is something you struggle with, think about watching a sunset, listening to music, dancing like there's nobody watching, and explore something new. You never know what you'll find out about yourself.